The following is a fictional roleplay. All names, places, and events are fabricated. Good morning, Ashley. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm not too bad. So, your doctor asked me to come in and speak with you just a little bit, just based on some of the things that he heard you saying when he was doing your assessment. I know you came in for something unrelated, but he feels that you might be at risk for suicide. And I just want you to know that this conversation is entirely confidential. Nothing that goes on here is going to be shared with anybody at all. Unless, of course, you divulge something to me that says that you could be, harm to others. So if you're okay with it, I just wanted to go through a really brief kind of questionnaire just to kind of poke and prod at you a little bit, see if we can find out what might be going on. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So these questions can be a little personal, but I just want you to be completely honest. There aren't many of them, and we'll just be able to move on from there. So this first question, have you ever thought about or attempted to kill yourself in the past?
Yeah, I've thought about it.
Okay. Did you have any kind of plan in place, or did you know what you wanted?
Yeah, I had a plan.
Okay. But you haven't attempted anything just yet?
No, I chickened out.
Okay. So, and has that happened within the past year?
Yeah.
So if I asked you about frequency, how often you were thinking stuff, about killing yourself and anything of that nature, how many times would you say?
Um, like this week or in general?
What about in the past year?
Mm, at least once a month.
Okay, so it'd be fairly often?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And have you ever told anyone else that you were going to commit suicide or that you might do it?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but I didn't. But I thought about it, and I was going to.
Okay. Did you really, was that really something that you were planning on doing at the time when you said it, or?
Yeah, I really, really meant it,
Okay,
but then I just couldn't do it.
gotcha. And how likely do you think it is that, suicide would actually be something you'd attempt in the future?
I don't know. I can't really see it going either way.
Okay,
I mean, if the past is any indicator, I'm too chicken to do it.
okay.
So
So,
maybe.
all right. I appreciate the honesty. So we can go through another questionnaire, just another tool that we have to look into. And this one's just going to look into depression specifically. And I guess before we start, is depression something that you feel like you deal with pretty regularly?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm never really that happy. Everything's just kind of eh.
Right. So right now, this series of questions, I do want you to think about just the past 2 weeks or so. Uh,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask you 9 questions, and each one can fall within an answer of not at all, several days, more than half of the days over those 2 weeks, or nearly every day for the past 2 weeks. If you
Okay.
need to at any time, I can repeat those options that you have. But again, just you can answer honestly. Nothing's going to leave this room.
Okay.
Over that time, do you think that you've experienced having little interest or pleasure in doing things, especially things that you like to do before?
Yeah, I'd say about every day I have that problem.
Okay. And are having those feelings of being down, depressed, and hopelessness.
Yeah, about every day.
Okay. Um, how is your sleep lately? Have you had trouble falling asleep or staying asleep?
Um,
Sleeping too much.
I always have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep.
Okay.
Even, oh, I don't know, just always. So every day.
Okay. And what about feeling tired and having little energy? Does that go hand in hand with not being able to fall asleep?
I wouldn't say I'm tired. I just don't feel like doing anything ever.
Okay. Um, and as far as your appetite, do you feel like it's swinging too erratically one way or another? Poor eating or overeating?
Uh, yeah, more than half the days probably.
Okay. And over these past 2 weeks, how often would you say that you've been, feeling bad about yourself, or that you're a failure and you've let down yourself or anybody around you?
Probably nearly every day.
Okay. And as far as, your concentration, do you think you've had trouble concentrating on things? That could be just reading a book or trying to watch something.
Yeah, probably about half of the days.
Okay. And and this is more of a question, like, think about some of the relationships that you have and what other people might have mentioned over the last couple of weeks, but have you noticed or been told that you're moving or speaking slowly or slower than normal, and or even the opposite, where you've just been kind of bouncing around, a little fidgety and jittery more than normal?
Yeah, I guess people have been telling me I seem a little down and slow lately.
Okay.
So maybe half of the days.
Okay, about half the time.
Yeah.
Okay, and our final question here. Over the past 2 weeks, have you had thoughts that you would be better off not being alive, or that you really considered hurting yourself?
Yeah, probably half the days I thought it'd be better if I died.
Okay, about half the time. Okay. And how difficult would you say it's been lately? This is sort of just an all-encompassing. Um, how difficult would you say problems are lately? I mean, getting to work and doing things around the house, or even just being around people lately. And it could range anywhere for you, for answer wise, from not very difficult to being just excruciatingly and extremely difficult.
I'd say very difficult. Like, I just don't want to do anything or be around anyone.
Okay. So again, I really do appreciate, the answers to all of these questions. I know this can be a tough subject to really talk about and open up for, but that's why you're here, and we're talking to each other. So what I'm going to do is make sure that we confer with the rest of the team, and I'll speak with the doctor as soon as possible. And what we're going to do is just come back and speak with you. We're going to, set some kind of action plan in place, and we'll move forward. These answers really helped in getting us kind of a foundation for what's going on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Nashua, do you have anything else, that's going on, or any questions you might have for me at this time?
No.
Okay, then I'll grab the doctor and we'll continue from there, okay?
Okay.
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks.